for these Chobo players. And so to start the day off, we have a ZVZ with Team UR Roxas and CT6 1 hit point for the win. ZVZ on Coda.
And we're in the round of 32, yeah?
Yes, this is Group D, I believe.
Group D. We've got some great players lined up. We've got 2 Zergs, a Terran, and a Protoss, isn't it? So
yes.
Should get some nice diversity in.
We're just waiting for map 1 to load on Coda. Now, you were speaking about ZVZ earlier. On a small map, ZVZ, we can most likely see Ling bailing into Roach, as you said earlier. And do you think there's a possibility for any cheese on this map, just because it is one of the smallest maps?
Yeah, see, the thing about it being one of the smallest maps, right, means it's almost certain to not go into mutas. And in terms of likelihood of cheese, I'd say just because Lings with Ling speed is so easy.
Quick pause real quick. Oh, right.
Didn't set himself to busy. It's really gonna miss it. Oh my god, oh my god. How are you? Do you want to play 4v4? No, I don't want to play 4v4.
I'm kind of busy, kind of in the middle of a battle.
Yeah. Do you want to play Icebane Lings? No, I'm rubbish at that game.
All right.
Terrible.
Do you want to start us off introducing a player?
Sure. So, while we're all getting into it, in the top left-hand corner, or sort of top left, we're talking about 10 o'clock position, it is 1 hit point for the win from Team CT6. And in the bottom right, it's from Team UR, Roxas.
Woo. Just to warn everybody, I am part of Team UR. So I'm sorry if my bias
so we're going to
shows.
hit some bias, are we? So
okay,
I'm going to have to. So I'm have to be rooting for 1 hit point for the win. I mean, otherwise it's just really unfair. Because you're just going to say, oh yeah, I'll go Roxas.
Wow, what beautiful play. Oh, genius. Oh, look at this extractor you built.
Taking the extractor beautiful. So soon. Taking the extractor before the pool, meaning that we're going to be seeing some speedlings coming out quite early from Roxas. Also note the earliness of the pool. I think that was 12 pool, meaning that he's going to be pumping up the aggression, but thank goodness for 1 hit point for the win. He's got his pool coming down. So neither of them are going for the greedy like 15-15, getting the hatch first. So that's good at least. But it's going to be interesting to see how much damage Roxas has done. He's doing an aggressive build. Like I said, speedlings just so easy on this map, and they can get some real damage done.
I think 1 hit point is going to hit a serious red flag when his Overlord walks into the natural of Roxas and doesn't see an expansion, and he's going to be like, oh no, what am I about to be hit with? And it seems like speedlings are definitely going to be the case. 6 Zerglings right away. Even did an extractor trick to get those lings out a little bit earlier. These 6 lings probably won't benefit too much from the metabolic boost that just started, but they should be able to do a little bit of damage. I don't know, 1 hit point is building 4 Zerglings, and with reinforcement time, now 6.
Yeah.
He should be fine.
So he's responding correctly. 1 hit point. Blue player's already getting out. 6 Zerglings. He's realizing what's going on. But 6 Zerglings are coming in from Roxas, and most importantly, once that speed hits, that's when he could be really much more effective. Do you think it's worthwhile building that spine crawler from 1 hit point?
It's a very safe move, very conservative, just in case he's afraid of, all right, how all in is this going to be? But I think he doesn't realize that it's going to be useless. He has the lings, he has the queen. But no Bailing Nets. Bailing Nets from Roxas and no Bailing Nets from 1 hit point. In fact, theirs do not even gas. So maybe the spine crawler was a good idea.
Well, Roxas really is going very aggressive. Still not got that hatch down, meaning that every second that keeps on going is a chance for 1 hit point to really take it, right? Roxas will need to do damage. He will at least need to either kill a lot of drones or bring down the natural of 1 hit point. Like every second that goes by is a second that he's not getting lava from another hatch, he's not getting minerals from the drones. And the Banelings rolling in right now.
He's gonna get a great hit on one, but the Spines are holding strong. Ooh,
The three queens are probably going to be able to save it. He needs to block off his ramp though. Some lings are running in. They're going to get some damage. See how much they can do now.
Just one drone, a couple more, just two.
Do you think that was worth it though?
I don't know. 3 queens is just so many, and a 4th queen popping out in the main. He did get one of them. I don't think it's enough. Actually, 14 drones to 19. I think Roxas is doing fine. I think he's doing fine. Forcing more spine colors out, which is less drones that he'll have to mine minerals. I mean, what good's all that production if you don't have the minerals to spend it on?
Yeah, see, one hit point really needs to make a hard decision now, which is whether or not he thinks another attack is coming. Because if he really thinks another attack is coming, and this hatch doesn't necessarily say whether or not it's coming from Roxas, is to the extent to which you drone. I really think it's very cautious building that second spine crawler though, regardless. But at least it makes it more certain for him that all of his production can go into catching up that drones. Hopefully getting a drone lead soon. But we'll see how it goes. What is it looking like? It's 19 to 19, so he's evened it up now. Oh no, 22 to 19 now.
Just so many queens. Which is going to be great, because Banelings don't do a lot of damage versus queens. Still no gas from 1 hit point. I don't think he believes that he can afford the gas with all the minerals he spent on the queens and the spine crawlers, and with the kind of the low drone count, although now he's catching up. So, and then 2 Evo chambers to make a nice little wall with the Roach Warren. Do you think 1 hit point realized that he hasn't really gotten gas yet?
I'm not sure he has realized. Wait, sorry. Are you saying 1 hit point not getting gas yet?
Yes, he's building the Roach Warren. He's got 2 Evo chambers. The Evo chambers are probably most likely for the wall, not upgrades.
I think he's doing that as a wall so he can really protect himself from any speedlings. Currently, right now, he needs to put all of his emphasis into those drones to catch up, right? I'm sure he knows that he needs a lot more drones before he can get that extractor. But I reckon the first 100 gas needs to go into a lair because he's probably going to go for a swell of roaches. At this point, he's conceded all map control, I'd say, because Roxas has Ling speed, and it's just not worth it for him to get Ling speed anytime soon.
I will say one thing we didn't mention was 1 hit points overlord placements. They're actually in the perfect path, so he was able to see all those Zerglings. So he will see when a big attack comes, but like you said, he needs to spend some gas on roaches because Roxas is going to have some roaches out very, very soon with roach speed.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting seeing where he puts that first 100 gas, which is coming up now. I really think he needs to put it into that lair. Yep, the lair is coming down right now. After that, it's probably more and more drones up until the point where the lair finishes, and he needs to get those upgrades coming down with the next swell of gas, which is coming in. Getting an upgrade advantage when it's roaches versus roaches can easily be the difference between winning that battle and losing that battle, which is really important, just generally because if you can win the battle, it's easier to win the war.
What do you think of Roxas' lack of Evo chambers?
It's an interesting risk. So note that Roxas has gone for a lair quicker. He's getting the roach speed now, which is going to be finishing up soon. He's going to have a few banelings with this big swell of roaches. In terms of its effectiveness, it could be really good. It could get rid of the roach warren, and it could also just destroy any ability for 1 hit point to move forward. However, we do have 2 spine crawlers, plus the fact that 1 hit point is seeing this, right? He's getting 7 roaches right now. He's not getting his tech. What he's focusing is on units, right? So these roaches are coming on up, but they're getting a bit cornered and they're getting a bit attacked. Link's getting through though.
Gets a nice wrap for he's going to take out another queen. Good transfuse by 1 hit point for the win. Takes down 1 spine crawler, takes down another queen. And I think Roxas just has too much roach here. Just too many roaches. Or
yeah, and Roxas is really getting damage done.
Drones being pulled. That's never a good feeling. So far, no roach deaths yet. No drone deaths. That's correct?
Yeah, 1 hit point made a terrible mistake there in that he didn't build an evolution chamber to stop the wall, to make the wall complete, right? Because note that a lot of lings are still coming in for Roxas here and there, and these are the things that are really helping the damage get done. But it seems that one hit point has held and is even on supply. The question is whether or not he's got any ability to attack back. So I like to call it a snapback. So the moment that you win a battle, albeit barely, is the moment that you've got to ask yourself, is it worth attacking them?
One hit point actually had his +1 attack just finished, so these roaches are going to be significantly stronger than Roxas's roaches.
But they are slower, meaning that they're always going to lose the concave battle, which is why you tend not to move out with slow roaches. Because note how much effectiveness Roxas has in the ability that all these roaches are probably going to be able to die, but also note that every time they engage, Roxas has that little bit more of a spread. And that spread is incredibly effective, probably more effective than the +1.
Wow, I never realized how much of a difference speed made.
Yeah, no, it's really, really quite important. It was surprising that that he tried to move out without speed, because you can always defend yourself, but it's much, much harder to actually go on the aggression without that roach speed. He's getting punished hard right now for it. All the upgrades are going. This is really good sniping from Roxas. And the third is coming down from Roxas as well.
Good Overlord scouting that right when it was built. So one hit point needs to make something happen right now. Do you think he's going to go for his own third, or do you think he's just going to try to make a ton of roaches and just push?
I reckon he's probably going to go for his own third, judging by the roach positioning. But he needs to get it down really, really quickly. I don't know what all this delay is. Yeah, the third is coming down now. It's crucial that he manages to hold it from Roxas. Roxas is probably going to go for another attack once the burrow and +1 is complete for him. At that point, he could so easily get punished and use that rock and that avenue by there to really do some damage. So you play Protoss, yeah?
Yes.
So you really like Protoss?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, totally. ZVZ is definitely not a strong point of mine.
No, it's fine.
This entire game, though, it seems like Roxas has just been on the other side of the map, while one hit point has just been defending, which I think is always kind of a bad feeling as a defending player. Like, oh, who knows what's going on in his base right now? You know, is he doing a tech switch? Is he getting more drones? Is he going to build more units? It's just always a scary feeling.
Ooh, one hit point. They're trying to lure Roxas into a favourable fight. Just one favourable fight can really change the dynamic of a ZVC, right? Just because Roxas is attacking doesn't mean he's winning. The only reason that he's winning currently is that his third was down quicker and he's getting that saturation down there. All it takes is one bad fight and that entire advantage just disappears, right?
And it doesn't seem like the army size is that much bigger for Roxas. So I actually don't know if he can make a fight happen up here, or at least a favorable one happen. Oh, but we do have a 4-roach hit squad going into the third.
If you notice, it's probably really not favourable for him to force the fight. So he's poking and prodding, but he's not engaging properly, and that's probably the right decision. If he tries anything too risky, he can easily get a poor concave, but also just note reinforcements are so much easier when you're the defender.
Do you think this burrow is going to be a significant advantage for Roxas?
Normally it doesn't tend to be. It tends to be a nice trick up your sleeves rather than a... Oh, but Roxas is moving down right now and he's really trying to push the advantage. Do you think he's going to win this fight?
I think so. Although the upgrades are now even at 1-1. Yeah, and it seems like Roxas just has enough, but the reinforcements from one hit point are streaming in. It still seems pretty even.
He's really holding strong here. And it looks like one hit point for the win is managing to defend, albeit barely. Queen is going to go down though for the third, and the burrow is going to be really nice at hopefully trying to save these roaches as they scuttle away.
One hit point does have 2 overseers, so he is aware that burrow is a thing that he needs to worry about. Those overseers will negate almost every effect that has. Roxas being very effective with these roaches on the side. They have 3, 1, and 7 kills. So that's 11 kills those roaches have. Some were actually drones too.
Yeah, it was a nice hit squad there. If you notice, Roxas lured away some of the army so that he could do the move, but he's moving into a large concave here. I don't think Roxas made the right decision there. Yeah, rightly backing out before the damage was too strong. But again, that hit squad trying to come in. This time it gets repelled finally.
Roxas, it's 114 army supply for 1 hit point to 102 for Roxas. So I think he just kind of has to back up and just try to get a further economic lead and push. Although he only has 1 Evo chamber, I just noticed.
Yeah,
but 1 hit
Roxas
point isn't getting too many upgrades either.
Yeah, both of them are a little bit behind on the upgrade game. Usually you definitely see at least 2-2 at this point, with 3-3 hypothetically coming in. Neither of them are considering Hydras, neither of them are considering moving up from Lair to Hive. I think they're both quite scared of each other and their capabilities. This seems to be the only reason why all of their money is going into roaches, because they fear that the moment that they don't is the moment that they can lose. Roxas getting a brilliant concave with that attack. 1 hit point. Has a large army, probably larger with possible reinforcements. But at the same time, the concave was quite good, meaning the trade-off will be quite even. Actually, I take that back. It seems that 1 hit point is really doing quite well at the moment. How do you think?
I believe so. It looked like Roxas had a great concave, but 1 hit point just had too many roaches for it. So he was able to
and a lot of roaches
very,
seem
very
to be
nicely.
popping on up. Yeah.
Oh, and here's
That
the
was the
snapback
kind
we're
of
talking
thing.
about.
That was the kind of move that 1 hit point needed Roxas to do, right? Roxas had to make a mistake, and that seemed to be it. The question is, can he capitalize on it? Can he force the 4th of Roxas to go down, or do even more damage?
And
No,
1 hit point really
Roxas
needs to do this because he is behind on a base, as that just finished.
really weird. Roxas seems to be floating a lot of gas at the moment.
Oh yeah, I don't really know what you could really spend that gas on. Vipers aren't really in play yet. I don't even know how Vipers would do in a Roach versus Roach war. But here we go, nice flank from Roxas on the
Good
back.
concave from Roxas.
1 hit point just trying to bust up that ramp. I think it might be enough to get rid of that. I think it might be enough. I think 1 hit point could break through.
It's looking really, really close at the moment. There seems to be 2 battles going on. Battle on the right has been won by 1 hit point, and it seems like he's going to force the left to also go down. Roxas was in probably one of the best positions he could, but he started in that battle without the +1 armor, plus the fact that, generally speaking, he had less roaches in that situation. He seemed to be at a deficit, and it surprises me because I thought he'd be able to reinforce by the time that 1 hit point moved in. 1 hit point really was moving in late. But at this point, 1 hit point just needs to keep on mopping up roaches. He needs to keep on making sure that there isn't a large swell of roaches from Roxas again. Picking off the roach there, picking off the queen here, doing some really big damage. And if he can get the 3rd down, it's pretty much lights out for him. Roxas really is struggling at the moment. How do you feel about your partner losing?
Oh man, it's hard to watch. 34 drones, 35 drones, and just more to come. Roxas is in a very sticky situation right now. He does have his 4th. I don't believe 1 hit... Oh, okay, 1 hit point has scouted the 4th.
1 hit point's really playing this patiently, and his patience seems to be working out very well. He's got the 4th now. He's got higher income massively. He's pretty much got double income at the moment. He's got a larger army as well, and he's got the production capabilities to get that larger army. What I'd say is if he waits up and just attacks in about 2 minutes or so, he could probably be able to do game-winning damage.
I like that. It's always hard to see when a player's winning, but they keep just sending in streams of units that just keep getting picked off by a larger army. So I really like how 1 hit point is backing off. It knows he has the advantage. Just get a bigger army and attack once you feel comfortable.
Yeah, he's been playing really, really patiently. I think you're completely right. That he's just been defending for most of the game and waiting for that opportunity, that engagement which will really help him. And he capitalized on it, right? Roxas moved in at the wrong place, in the wrong position, wrong time. Took a poor engagement, and he hasn't seemed to have recovered yet. And this massive swell of roaches, I'm not sure he can actually hold off.
Yep, and we see 1 hit point. There's a shark in the water. He's going to be going for that 4th. Breaking down the
Roxas is
rock
prepared at least.
A good overlord spread by Roxas, scouting all the movement paths of these roaches. But I think it's just going to be too many. I think at this point he can almost just A-move into Roxas' roaches and just take
Yeah, a
GG.
little bit surprised that neither player has actually worked on some upgrades yet. Roxas moving in, not getting a good concave there, being forced away, but he's going to force a nicer concave for here and actually might be able to win this fight. Actually it seems like the pure numbers from 1 hit point really getting the work done. Despite no matter how good Roxas' engagement was, he's now half the supply of 1 hit point, and GG is called, unfortunately.
What's also fun about that whole matchup is that 1 hit point is actually a diamond player, while Roxas is a masters player. So good job for 1 hit point, taking the game. We'll see if he can actually win the series 2-0, or if Roxas is going to come back.
Well, it seemed like a close game. There are a lot of engagements which could have gone like almost either way, just depending on a couple of roaches. I think there was one point where 1 hit point managed to defend Roxas's attack only by the reinforcements that came. I mean, we both were saying like he's almost gone. If it wasn't that for that swell of roaches coming just in the nick of time, he might not have got it.
I think it was actually kind of a mistake for Roxas to move into the 3rd and get that huge concave, because there was just too many roaches for 1 hit point, and he was able to really take control of the game at that point.
Okay, so if you're Roxas at this moment, what kind of tactic do you reckon that he should do? Because he tried up front aggression and that didn't quite work, and he seemed to be in like the forward foot for most of that game, but didn't manage to capitalise. What would you sort of recommend to him? What do you think would be a good way to win the next game? Because like you said, he is a Masters, isn't he?
I think more patience. Make sure you're getting the fights that you want to take. Make sure you're in the position to take those fights. And just after that, I'm not too sure. Maybe get your upgrades also a little bit earlier. His Evo chambers were really late, and even when he did get an Evo chamber, it was only 1, not 2. So that's always kind of like uneasy, because you know you're getting your +2/+2 really late. But we shall see. We shall see. Who knows? Maybe Rox is just like, just going to go hatch before pool and just huge Ling run-bys, and that's it. We shall see.
Yeah, well, we're getting into game number 2, and it's on Expedition Lost.
Now, I got a question. You play ZVZ. Is there any chance somebody takes a gold base? Or is that just not viable? Because I've seen people do that versus Protoss.
Oh, and this map, taking a gold base, it's viable as a risky 3rd. It's not viable any time earlier, right? So you know when Roxas had the advantage of map control? At that point, he could have gone, right, I'm going to try and take the 3rd and put all my resources into defending that 3rd. And if you can do that, the payoff is quite large. But it's quite a difficult thing, because if you can get, as the opponent player, just an ability for a concave on that 3rd, or if you had the ability to like split up the forces, you know where the rocks are, if you can control that area and split up the defense of the 3rd with the defense of like the main and natural, you really got some leverage. So it is one of those high risk, high reward strategies. Whereas against Protoss, you pretty much just got it secure.
Sounds good. Seems like both players aren't really trying anything risky. I think we might just see either 15 pools or 15 hatches out of both of them. Actually, Roxas probably would have taken his gas by now. Is that correct? If he was going to do the same strategy as last time?
Yeah, they're both waiting for... Roxas is going to be going... Yeah, 15 pool. They're both going 15 pool. I would expect a hatch to come down shortly after for both of them as well. So they're playing standard. They're playing not too defensive, but also not too greedy. Yeah, Roxas is now going to be getting his hatch on the way at the same time, actually, as 1 hit point for the win. No, wait, Roxas is going to get it a tiny bit earlier. but 1 hit point for the win is going to have an extra drone at that point. Very marginal. Very marginal.
Pretty even game. Can't really tell anything. But again, the gas for Roxas. 1 hit point may just go for the gasless opening that he did last game, as it worked out for him pretty well. It did force out a lot of queens and it did force out a lot of spines, but he still managed to make it work.
Yeah.
3 guys immediately on gas. And just some Zerglings coming out, just to poke and prod, scout the opponents, see what they're up to. 1 hit point, scouting the natural for Roxas probably makes him feel more comfortable than last game. As, oh, okay, you're not going for a big Link Flood this time.
I think Roxas is making the right decision with this opening. Because if he is a master player, the chances are that his simple, straightforward macro should be more effective than 1 hit point for the win. Meaning that in the long run, there's a decent chance that he can pump out a few more roaches, etc. He was disadvantaged last time by the fact that he kept on trying to attack, and in the end it didn't work out.
Yep, he did get a few drones, and he actually managed to get a little bit of a drone lead, but sadly wasn't able to really capitalize on that. Roxas getting a good scout right now, along with 1 hit point. Both know exactly what each player is doing. No real secrets in this game.
Roxas. So much prodding and poking. Will the Zergling get out?
Oh,
no.
It's not a Reaper. Reapers just never die.
Never die.
Do.
Reapers bring me so many tears.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
You just wake up in a cold sweat. No! Not the Reapers.
5 queens, that's just, I didn't know you could play this queen heavy. I guess you need to if you if you're going gasless. Although now we see the 2 extractors being taken. Drone counts are 26 to 26, so just pretty even.
Building that many queens suggests that you want to be very defensive, but also you don't want to focus on gas too early. So normally you get gas for better forms of defense, meaning that he wanted to drone up. Note that it's already shown, right? He's 10 supply ahead of Roxas currently, and he's 8 drones ahead. This is the advantage of the build. Roxas is going for other things. Roxas is going for a faster layer, and he's also getting that 3rd down as well. Because note that when you build that many queens, you've got no offensive capabilities. You're not going to be able to attack for a very long time. But you do get a couple of really nice advantages. Lings poke up.
Yep. Is 1 hit point... Do you think 1 hit point is nervous about this 3rd? Or do you think he's like, oh, okay, I can let this go up for a little bit and I don't have to worry about it just right now?
I don't think he'd be too nervous about the 3rd. Generally speaking, he'll know that the 3rd will come up, which will be good for production for Roxas. But it's not going to be that effective at saturation at the moment. So it comes at a trade-off. But what it does mean is that 1 hit point will need to attack at some point to capitalize that advantage and do some damage to some sort of income of Roxas. It's almost necessary at this point. So he's not panicking, but he knows that Roxas will have to defend him. But weirdly, Roxas is going to be able to get out the glial reconstitution. Try saying that 5 times. Before 1 hit point, and that's surprising.
It's just those early gas taken. Although, is there a problem with Roxas only having 1 guy in the gas in the main? I mean, it's actually definitely a mistake now that you look at it.
Yeah,
He has 3 of them.
that's a mistake. At this point, you want all the gas you can get. Bummer.
I wonder if he'll notice that, because whenever I forget a gas, I'm always like, I'm so low on gas, like, what is going on? I need to have more than this. And you just make a quick check around all your bases. But we shall see if Roxas notices. I mean, the more he doesn't notice, I guess you would say, the more it's going to hurt him. The more he's going to need that gas.
So Ling's are going to be able to see that 3rd. of 1 hit point. And Roxas is going to be attacking. What's the army looking like?
The army supply is in favor of 1 hit point, which kind of makes sense because Roxas did go for the early third. Except with that huge swell of roaches, it is now 17 for 1 hit point, 14 to Roxas. But Roxas will have defender's advantage. So it'll be a close fight regardless. The 1 hit point, just staying back, playing passive. His third is now up as well. Only 9 drones on the third for Roxas, so not a major econ advantage. And yeah, just sort of a lull here. Both players getting +2, +1. At around the same time, there really should be no big timing. Except 1 hit point's armor will be faster than Roxas by about 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's all looking quite marginal at the moment. Similar supply, same number of drones. Rox is going to be coming in here with a couple of lings, seeing if he can get any damage done. Won't be able to at all.
Just kind of donated 4 lings there, but those lings were going to probably be pretty useless in a +2, +1 roach fight anyway. And here we have Roxas actually being the aggressor, moving out across the map, scouted by 1 hit point by his overlords. So we'll have a nice time to get in position. And these 3 queens each have a ton of transfuses. I think almost 4 apiece for each one. 4 + 4 + 3, that's 11. 11 transfuses, so he could really utilize that in a big fight.
Yeah, Roxas probably doesn't have a chance of actually getting some proper damage done. Unless he does a sneaky move where he manages to move the main army away and come in and kill some drones. I can't really see that much occurring. And yeah, Roxas is moving away.
All right,
Fourth being
great
taken as well
by both players. Man, Roxas is just, this isn't Legacy of the Void, man. He's just being so aggressive with these expansions, always taking it before 1 hit point. Except he is attacking, so I guess he can expand. And we're going to see, he's going to step on creep for a second. I think Roxas just...
Are we going to see an engagement?
I don't think Roxas
Concave
wants to
was...
take that.
Yeah, I think that was right from Roxas to wait for his upgrades at least. But just generally speaking, it seemed that 1 hit point was going to get that better concave. And concaves are just so important in the matchup. Not that a Protoss would have to understand. Yes.
What do you think about this infestation pit?
I think that's a really good idea. It'll be interesting to see whether it is for Hive and Broodlords, because we are seeing Spire go down. Or if it is for Infestors, which also might be a nice idea. But just before that, it seems like Roxas is moving in right now. Got a better concave, but 1 hit point for the win. Seems to have the bigger army. Seems whoever gets reinforcements first might be able to just about win it.
Wow, it looks like 1 hit point was just going to kind of take that fight convincingly, but at the end, it kind of turned into a little bit of an even trade. 1 hit point does come out victorious, but these reinforcements will be more than enough to push 1 hit point back.
Yeah, it's not a massive victory, and actually Roxas is trying to set a trap to get some wins back. Really good, actually, getting about 6 roaches right there.
A few drones at the 4th of Roxas. 1 hit point, just pretty much scouting it with the creep spread. He's probably worried that, like, oh shoot, I probably need my 4th around now too. But there is a tech advantage for 1 hit point. He's got the Spire, he got the Infestation Pit, and now Hive is more than halfway complete. Going to be able to get those +3/+3 upgrades, plus some Broodlords.
Yeah, it's turned to be quite a different game, considering that last time we were up to about the 25th minute, and we weren't seeing anything beyond like the basic upgrades on roaches, and just it was roach wars. This time, however, 1 hit point's trying to get some tech. It will mean that his army's probably weaker, so I can't imagine he really would want to try to attack Roxas at the moment. But he might not know this. His concave is better. Yeah, doing some good spreads there. Very likely to win this battle. I think this is going to be a convincing win for 1 hit point. Roxas's reinforcements as ever. Yeah, we are going to be seeing some Broodlords coming on the way for 1 hit point. Might be really useful in controlling the mid ground. You know, the 2 golds.
This, I think, is actually that was a really good trade for Roxas because Roxas needs to make sure that one hit point is constantly building roaches to not get these Broodlords out. But the problem is Roxas doesn't know this, so it's kind of awkward. I think he just needs to make a big timing. Maybe right when +2 armor finishes. I think yeah, Broodlords will not be out in time for that. So it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be very exciting in the next like it's gonna take a minute, but it will be very exciting. Oh, but here we go. 3 queens out of position. Bummer. There. Oh, okay. Saves 2 of them. That's good. And we're going to see another fight here. Just a little flank by 1 hit point in the back. I don't know who's going to win this fight. It looks like 1 hit point.
I don't think it's looking good for Roxas. Yeah, Roxas is the one moving out. Wow, 1 hit point got a good spread there. And also Roxas has got a lot of reinforcements coming up. 25 roaches incoming with the +2 armor.
Roxas is still probably feeling pretty good because, again, he hasn't scouted the Broodlords and he just sees 1 hit point, taking his 4th. But, I mean, once these Broodlords come out, there is no AA for Roxas, and there's no... Okay, Hydra's and Jet's going down now, so we will have a little bit of AA, but I'm pretty sure Broodlords kind of wreck Hydras.
Broodlords completely wreck Hydras. To deal with... and there's just no way of putting it out there. Hydras are squishy. Broodlords are not.
Just scouted the Broodlords right now. Now he knows what he's up against. Immediately.
Okay, but Roxas is making a massive move on the 3rd. He's going to lose a lot of army, but at the same time going to get some serious economic damage done. Drones carrying the back. Probably going to get away. The question is, will the army get away from Roxas?
1 hit point. Going to try to cut it off, and he might be successful.
Yeah, he's going to be successful. This is really good.
Oh, this is smart. Taking the fight far away enough so the Broodlords can't really contribute.
Does he know about the Broodlords yet?
He does. He saw 2 of them. That's when he immediately started the Spire.
Yeah. Smart move there from Roxas.
And so far, only 2 Broodlords from 1 hit point. I guess that's all the Corruptors he had. I think he probably wants a little bit more than just 2. And we're going to see another fight. Roxas immediately just backs up, does not want to fight the Broodlords.
Yeah. Each time Broodlords can get some damage done is a good moment there. Hydras are going to come in and probably going to be able to get the Broodlords because the Broodlords weren't being kept an eye upon. It's really important that the Roaches defend the Broodlords. The Broodlord's just getting more and more free damage done, right? Every second that Broodlord is there, the moment that serious damage is occurring, Broodlord's already paying for itself just in that battle, and the 3rd of Roxas is likely to go down.
And wow, that one Broodlord is going to survive. Wow, what a hero. And Roxas once again at a serious supply disadvantage. Just notice the supplies. It's 169 and 100. And I think it's possible that 1 hit point could just 2-0 this Masters level Zerg.
Yeah, he's cleaning up the drones right now. Seriously powerful cleanup of the drones. Just Roaches not going to be able to come in there and deal with it at the same time. Question is, can Roxas mount any sort of counter-offensive? Because I just don't feel that his defense is really going to work out. Broodlord slowly attacking the 3rd and the Roaches around it. That Broodlord is a hero.
He's gonna survive. He's not building any Hydras. Roxas is not building any Hydras.
Yeah, there's just no anti-air. There is no ability for that Broodlord to ever die.
Oh,
the dance.
Trying to dance. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing because he didn't get it off, but that's okay. Didn't notice. Roxas GG's. Good job for 1 hit point.